All right, what's up, guys? This is going to be Game of the Week. Yeah, I forgot what I was doing for a second there. Game of the Week for Week 11. I can't believe we're already in Week 11. Every week has had progressively faster advance times. You guys are just knocking these games out. So I wanted to knock out a quick Game of the Week this week. There's only 2 games that were played last night, which is a good thing because usually the really key games get done super early and super fast. And I actually want to do something a little bit different here. Kind of tired of talking about the same teams. Our teams that have kind of struggled at the beginning of the season but are playing really well right now don't really get a whole lot of love because we end up just talking about the same old teams over and over. So I'm kind of over talking about the Patriots, and I'm kind of over talking about the Texans, and who are the other teams I think I've talked about? The Jaguars, the Lions, the Bills. Super over the Bills. Tired of talking about them. So we're going to do something a little bit different. Looking through these games, there are some pretty decent games. An intriguing matchup that we just added is a Seahawks owner. So I'm intrigued by the Eagles and Seahawks matchup. I think that has potential to be a really intriguing game just to kind of see how that one's going to turn out. I also really like the Rams and the Dolphins. I think 2 teams that are young and still trying to figure each other out. We're going to go with the Titans traveling to face the Colts. I think both of these teams are really playing much better than they were early in the season. Clyde has his Titans on a roll here, and C. Murder really has figured some stuff out. Let's take a quicker look at both of these teams before we pick who we think is going to win this game. Take a quick look at the standings. It's going to be a big, pivotal AFC South matchup, even though both of these teams are pretty much out of it. We don't have wild card standings, but pretty sure at 3-7, you probably don't have a chance. But the Colts might have an outside chance if they can somehow come away with a victory. Titans have won 2 straight. The Colts did drop last week, so they have lost 1. Colts have scored 215 points. They've allowed 204. Titans 193. They've allowed 237. What you're going to find is both of these teams have pretty decent offenses that are starting to get on track here, but both of their defenses are pretty terrible, and they really got a lot of stuff to go figure out. Let's take a look at the Colts real quick. Andrew Luck is having a decent season, 16 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 2,100 yards. 58% is not terrible. You'd like to see that number up in the 60s, but he's not having a horrible season yet. Their rushing attack has a lot to be desired. Turbin is their best runner, 460 yards, only 2 touchdowns. A 4.3 average is not too bad. Dorsett, Hilton are the 2 main guys, 39 receptions to 32 receptions, 9 touchdowns for Dorsett. Allen is coming in 3rd place. I like to see that. I like to see where the top 2 receivers are your main targets, the main guys that you're going, and this guy's going to go ahead and give you some key stats from time to time. Looking at their defense, this is really all about a team that's struggling to figure out exactly who they are and how they should be playing. Not a lot of stats that are going to stick out here. You don't see a lot of sack stats from this team. 8.5 from Henry Anderson. He's probably their best player on defense. He's got the most forced fumbles, the most sacks. He's up there in tackles for loss. He's got 36 tackles on the season. This guy's playing really well for them as a 1-year player out of Stanford. Langford is coming in as the other end. He's got 4 sacks himself, 10 tackles for loss. Interceptions, Dickwell Jackson's leading the team. It's probably not a good thing. Probably a lot of dropped interceptions, a lot like my team. Can't seem to hold on to the interceptions. So that's something that you're going to have to fix with that team. Not forcing a whole lot of turnovers here. Again, there's the 3 forced fumbles that we were talking about from Henry Anderson. Let's go over and look at the Titans, another team that's struggling with the defense. Carl Lugg is their main guy who's really causing turnovers, especially with the forced fumbles. He's got 2 coming off the right end. Casey's got 2. Woodard is probably their best overall defensive player. He actually leads their team in interceptions with 4. Probably not a great thing, but this guy's playing super well. He's got the 2 forced fumbles, the 4 interceptions, 74 tackles, 5 tackles for loss. No sacks, but he's probably playing a lot of zone coverage as a middle linebacker. Casey's got 7 sacks. You like to see that coming from the right end out of USC. Guy is a man horse on the 3-4 defensive line. He's playing really well for them. His defense overall is struggling. Marcus Mariota is having a really good year, in my opinion. Not mind-blowing stats, but still playing well with 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 62% completion percentage is what you like to see up there. 2,100 total yards on the year. This guy's playing really, really well. This is the shocking part for me. Murray's actually having a really good season. 717 yards, 5 touchdowns, only 1 fumble on the year, and that's really good. Derrick Henry having a solid rookie season, 256 yards. He's averaging 4.5 yards a carry. You like to see that from the big guy. And Mariota's throwing in his few bits there, 29 runs, 94 yards, a 3.2 average. The receiving is a little off. I say that. It's probably not fair. All right, Matthews is leading his team, 40 receptions. They really struggled finding a playmaker there, and so that's why you see Delanie Walker with 38 receptions. You worry a little bit when you see him that high, but here's why I don't worry. Because your top 3 guys are super, super close. 40, 38, and 34. That means you're really spreading the ball around, all right? You're not just targeting on the tight end. So these stats don't really scare me all that much. I think it's more of the fact that they don't have a solid playmaker. They're lacking a lot of speed at the receiver position. They're lacking some height. Sharp is probably their best prospect as a rookie at 6'2". He's probably got the most speed. I think he's up in like the 91, 92 speed range. He's a playmaker, but he's got to get in the end zone more. Only 1 touchdown on the year. So there's a look at both of these teams, offense and defense. If you look at their team stats, the Titans are actually a pretty decent offensive team. I think they're ranked, 2, 4, 6, 7th. So they're ranked 7th total, 27th in the league standings, but that's because they had a really rough start to get going there. 1,934 passing yards, 1,067 rushing yards. This team really knows how to rush the ball and are scoring a lot of points lately. 19.3 average on the year, but really they've been scoring over 30 the last couple of games. The Colts really struggle. They're the bottom half of the league. 2,091 passing yards, only 688 rushing yards. They do average more points, but that has kind of tailed off here lately. 23.9 is the average. Both of these teams, though, struggle on the defensive side of the ball. They both are at the bottom half of the league, with the Titans actually having the league's worst defense. You'll see the Colts coming here at the bottom half, giving up 2,162 passing yards, 810 rushing yards. 25 sacks is a pretty good number, though. They don't get a lot of turnovers with the fumbles and interceptions being low. The Titans are the same way. 2,200 passing yards, almost 2,300 really. 984 rushing yards, so they're giving up a lot of rushing yards, but they've given up a ton of points, 237. Only 19 sacks. Decent, not great, but decent. 7 forced fumbles and 12 interceptions. You'd like to see them get more interceptions. So the Titans are going to be traveling to face the Colts, and who am I going to take? I'm going to go ahead and take the Titans. I know that they have the league's worst defense, but to me, they are playing the hottest football right now. Scored over 30 points their last 2 games. Mariota is having a very solid season, and that rushing game is really rolling right now as Murray has found his stride over in Tennessee. So give me the Tennessee Titans in a 31-24 victory over the Colts. That is your game of the week for Week 11. I hope that you guys have enjoyed. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Visit our webpage at grownfolksoc.com. We will see you next week. Actually, we'll see you this weekend for Press Pass Live. We'll get Brady on the show, and we'll talk about some league things that have been going on in the OMFL. We will see you this weekend. Peace out, fellas.